Team Affinity Season 4 thoughts so far. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and we're doing something a little bit unique on the channel here. I'm going to go over what my thoughts are so far on the Team 4 Affinities that have been released. They've not released all of them. I'm going to go over the ones they've released, and when they add more, I'll do another video. Obviously, they're coming out this Friday, I believe, unless I miscalculated the dates. So until then, you'll probably get maybe one more video, maybe two more videos, but I'm going to go over what my thoughts are on each of these cards. Obviously, we don't have the attributes of any of these cards, but what my thoughts are from using them in previous games and how good of a card they could possibly be and whether they will be worth going after. Obviously, when they do get released, we'll do in-depth true reviews of all 30 of the cards, as well as we'll go over ways to get them, whether they're showdowns, conquests, whatever the mythology is to get them is what we'll go over. Let's get into it. So first, as you can see, we have Hal Newhouser here when he won the Triple Crown in 1945 for the Detroit Tigers Team Affinity Season 4 card. He's going to be a 99 overall. I'm assuming he's going to have Outlier 1. I believe his card had Outlier 1 last year. He's going to have a slow curveball. He's going to be relatively accurate with that fastball and curveball. I really don't think that Newhouser will be a lefty that's as dominant as he was last year. He was nasty as a 98 overall for his signature series last year. I do think he will be a good card. He will be one of the best free left-handed pitchers that you can get, because obviously the Team Affinity 4s will be 100% free, so he'll be very good in that aspect. I think he'll be in a lot of guys' starting rotations early on until people get used to hitting him. He will have that super fast fastball, like I said, then he will have a slower curveball, probably have a slider and maybe a changeup mixed in with that. Definitely has a slider, I believe. So that's my thoughts on Newhouser. I think he's going to be a relatively decent card. He'll probably be at the back end of most rotations in like God squads. Next, we're going to have the Craig Biggio here, 99 overall, 3,000 hit club. He actually ended his career with 3,060 career hits, all with the Astros. So he did play outfield early on in his career, so we're probably going to see a second baseman, center field, and maybe catcher card. So Biggio could be one of the fastest catchers in the game. Last year, we had a signature series that was the AL Collection, and he was a very fast card. He had his power in about the mid-80s. He had over 100 contacts from both sides. He had a decent swing, but a lot of people felt he swung a wet noodle and didn't have a lot of power. Expect that again from Craig Biggio. I do think it'll be a good card. At this point in the game, though, I don't even know at second base if he will be a starter in most people's lineups. He'll probably be a guy, if you're a Houston Astros fan, you'll pick him up. He might be somebody on my bench that's a backup catcher, pinch runner maybe. I don't know how much I'll use him, though. Next, we have Bret Saberhagen, no-hitter from August 26, 1991 when he played for the Kansas City Royals, 99 overall. Saberhagen's going to throw a mid-90s fastball. He's going to throw a very slow curveball, decent slider, decent changeup. His curveball is going to be a big loopy curveball, much like you're going to see from Newhouser as well. The Saberhagen, we've never had a card that was a 99 overall. I'm assuming his hits per 9, because it is a no-hitter card, is going to be somewhere above 115, which will make him very usable in the game. His stamina is probably in the 115s plus as well, so he could be a very suitable kind of off-meta pitcher. By off-meta, I mean not a guy that'll be in everyone's starting rotation, but a guy you won't see that often. So if you do bring him out, he could be a little bit nasty just because players have not seen him. But I think he might be serviceable in your rotation. We'll see what happens. Next, we have Jim Edmonds. I expected him to actually be the Cardinals player. However, we have him for Los Angeles Angels. He actually played for the California Angels when he was on the team. Center fielder, great glover. He has a great glove. He's going to hit for some pop. He's not going to have the best contact. His vision's going to be relatively low. He was a pretty big-time strikeout guy, and he struck out a lot for his era. I do think he's going to have decent power. He has a very, very glitchy swing. We'll see what his numbers are. He could be either very, very usable or kind of just a platoon guy. He could be like some of his cards where he actually hits lefty on lefty pitching better than righty on lefty pitching, which might not even make him serviceable at all. I know there's like a whole Jim Edmonds fan club, but I think this card will actually not be used on many teams. Going into the Texas Rangers here, we have Pudge Rodriguez, 99 overall. 2 years ago, he was the collection reward for the AL. Last year, I believe he was just a player you got in one of the inning programs, if I'm not mistaken. He has a swing that kind of pushes everything to right center. It's not one of the better swings in the game. He's never hit more than 30 home runs other than one time in his career, so his power is going to be like 90 or below more than likely from both sides. He will hit lefties probably at 125 contact for a signature series. He'll hit the righties probably somewhere about 110 contact if I'm not mistaken from what his previous cards have been. He'll have good vision. He'll be the best defensive catcher in the game though, which will make him serviceable to a lot of people. He'll be 100% free. I'm a huge Pudge Rodriguez fan. As you guys know, I started Charm City Collectibles to do sports card breaks, and I collect baseball, like regular baseball cards as well. Pudge is one of the guys that I personally collect, so I do have a soft spot for him in my heart. I'll probably use him some, but I still love the Mike Piazza, and I don't think he'll be better than that card. But Pudge is going to be a guy that is very, very good for a lot of people, especially defensively. For the Toronto Blue Jays here, they've had a lot of good cards this year. They're getting a little screwed with John Olerud here, if I'm being honest. He'll wear a cool little hard hat when he plays first base. He'll be great defensively, but he'll probably have somewhere in the mid-70s of power from each side. He'll probably be a guy that has 120 contact from each side, though. He was a 300-plus hitter, I think, for his career, if I'm not mistaken, or very close to that. But he was a contact hitter at first base. He was not a power guy. So many better options that can play first base in the game right now. Olerud's going to be a guy that's really not used, nor do I think he should be used. Looking at the Chicago Cubs, they're going to get the Win Club 355 career wins of Greg Maddux. He obviously started his career with the Cubs, and I believe he retired with the Cubs, if I'm not mistaken. He also played for the Atlanta Braves for a long time. Last year, we got his Atlanta Braves Signature Series card. And if you know how to pitch, he's going to be 100% probably the most accurate pitcher in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if he has 99 control or very close to it on all 5 of the pitches he'll throw. He'll have the splitter. I believe he'll have a splitter, a cutter, a fastball, a changeup, a curveball, and a slider, if I'm not mistaken. So have a great pitch repertoire. The only problem is he's only going to throw about 93 miles an hour. He's going to be the right-handed version of Valenzuela with a lot better hits per 9, K per 9. Especially his hits per 9 will probably be maxed around 125. He'll have ridiculous stamina. Greg Maddux will be a guy that will be in a lot of guys' rotation, especially if you can pinpoint the ball. If you're using pinpoint pitching or meter pitching, I think you got a real good chance with him. If you're a guy that still uses analog, Greg Maddux is probably not the pitcher for you. You should probably stick with the power pitchers. But Greg Maddux, I think, will be a very good card for the Chicago Cubs. Moving on to Paul Molitor here. Hall of Famer, obviously he played for the Brewers. He played for some other teams as well. This is his Brewers 99 overall card. He's a third baseman. I think we'll get him some in left field as well as first base in his career. I think that's where he played, if I'm not mistaken. However, he's just going to be an average guy. He's going to be like John Olerud. He's going to have some pop, but he's going to be more of a contact guy. He never hit a lot of home runs. I don't think he'll get used that much. There's so many good options on the corners already. But I really do like Paul Molitor. He's another guy that I do collect some of his baseball cards because he's a Hall of Famer. His autographs are very cheap, and I like collecting autographs. And it's a Hall of Fame autograph, so the price is going to pretty much stay what it is when it comes to baseball cards, if not rise. Looking for Duke Snider here. Brooklyn Dodgers, obviously that moves into the LA Dodgers. His prime card, 99 overall. I think you're going to see a version of Duke Snider that's an absolute monster. He's going to crush righties. He's going to be a guy that can at least be used as a platoon against right-handed pitching. I do think, though, he'll probably be decent enough against lefties, but his numbers are always way lower against lefties. So at least a platoon guy in the outfield. He's going to have a good arm, above-average speed. He has a tremendous swing in the game. So I do think Duke Snider gets used a decent amount by some people, especially Dodgers fans. If you make an all-Dodgers team, he's definitely a guy that'll be in the outfield. Wrapping up who has been revealed so far, and like I said, if they add more cards, maybe on Thursday you'll get another video. But Bob Gibson here, 99 overall for his 13 shutouts in 1968 when he won the Cy Young, and he had that ridiculous ERA that was, I think, below 2. Bob Gibson is going to be a guy that throws very, very hard, has a very good moving slider, and those are going to be the 2 pitches you really have to work with. He will have a changeup. I'm not sure what other pitches they will give him on the card, but he'll definitely have a fastball, slider, and changeup. He's going to throw probably 102. I would assume they give him outlier 1. And he ends up being one of the hardest pitchers to hit in the game every year. And I think it'll be that way as well for the St. Louis Cardinals. I know people were complaining about it because he has a 95 overall card that's already pretty nasty. But I really like them giving the 99 overall Bob Gibson. He's an endgame pitcher, I'm pretty sure, just like Maddux. Him and Maddux, you'll see them in rotations, especially on God squads, not even just themed squads. So I think that Bob Gibson's a good one. I think so far out of the best ones revealed, you're going to see a lot of use out of the Maddux, Pudge Rodriguez, and Bob Gibson. I think those will be the top 3 out of the guys that have been revealed so far. I think you'll see some Saberhagen every once in a while. I think Biggio and Newhouser will be used. not as much. And I think the other guys are just kind of, you're fans of them, more platoon guys than you're going to get actual use out of them. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments down below. If you'd like to see another one when more cards are revealed, I'd be more than happy to distribute it. As always, guys, I appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with any of your friends that play MLB The Show 21. You guys have a great day and be safe.